Reviews. My name is Brent. Tonight we're going to be going over some Japanese whiskeys, just hanging out. I'm not going to go into like a full in-depth review of these whiskeys. I'm just going to try to go over them, hang out, and have some fun drinking some whiskey on a Saturday night. Charles Ashworth, what's up, man? Thank you for joining me. Got My Bourbon Journey in the house. What's up, Scott? Tonight we're going to go over some Japanese. Hold on one second. I have my phone on because it's easier to read the chat with my phone. All right. What's up, Peter? Good to see you, man. I don't really get to talk about kind of what's going on in my life, what's been going on. Me and my wife just had a baby. So things have been kind of crazy. I'm not shooting in my set or my studio tonight just because my internet connection out there is kind of weird. And I almost canceled this tonight until Richie Z texted me and said, Eric, wait to shout you out, man. He's about the live stream and stuff. And I felt dedicated and I had to do it then. But my internet connection has been kind of weird today. Figures I go live and the internet connection would be bad. But we're going to drink some Japanese whiskey together tonight. What's everybody else drinking? What's up, Eric? Hey, Eric, thank you so much, man, for the shout out. Richie Z actually texted me and said, man, Eric just pushed your channel, man. I greatly appreciate that. Tonight, we're going to be going over the Suntory Toki, the Hibiki Harmony, the Yamazaki 12, and the Yamazaki 18. The Yamazaki 12 is a sample. It was sent from the Whiskey Dude, 5-ounce sample, pretty big sample. I have got the taste of that one. And the Yamazaki 18 is from Richie Z. Pretty nice sample right there. Trying to check out the chat a little bit. Peter, did you open up the Nika from the barrel? All right. Well, I have not had a drink tonight, so we're going to start off with the Suntory Toki. What do you guys drink much Japanese whiskey? I like it. I know there's split and divided opinions on this. A lot of people, I think, you either kind of hate it or you're kind of like meh, or you really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I think it's different. I heard Eric Waite one time in one of his live streams say that it reminds me of Scotch, and Eric said that if it reminds you of Scotch, you're not really drinking Japanese whiskey. The only thing that I've ever came across, like in a Japanese whiskey, that would remind me of a Scotch is the maltiness, the maltiness, and that's about it. But what's everybody drinking tonight? My chat must be way behind. Hey, Patrick, thank you for joining. This is the Suntory Toki. It is 86 proof, 43% ABV. It is not a malted whiskey. Like I said, I'm not going to be going into an in-depth review or of the whiskeys or anything like that. Just going to be hanging out, sharing some tasty notes, and drinking some whiskey with you guys tonight. Is the sound good? Everybody? Is the stream coming in okay? Peter, I definitely agree. The Hibiki 21, if you can get it, is outrageously priced right now. Hey, what's up, Blaine? Good to see you, man. I have not had the Hakushu, Eric, or the Suzuki. The Suzuki GSXR. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I actually had a 750 Gixxer. The Toki is about $35 purchase. It is one of your easier to find Japanese whiskeys. It's not very hard to find at all. The nose of this is very sweet and bright. Lots of honeys and citrus. It's a very approachable nose on this whiskey. Very sweet honey. It even has like a little bit of a berry note to it. A little creaminess. I seen Richie Z just popped in the chat. What's up, Richie? Charles, I totally agree. Toki does make a good old fashioned. It also makes a good highball also. The StreamYard, I don't live stream a lot. I'm going to start doing it more this year. I'm trying to keep up with 2 chats right here, and it's definitely a lot going on. So forgive me if I miss something. But the nose on this is nice. It's nothing extravagant. It's nothing really complex. Just a nice sweetness of honeys and like a berry note and a little bit of citrus on the nose of this one. Like Charles said, it would be a nice mixer. Is the sound okay, everyone? All right. What's up, Kilco? Thanks for coming in. Let's get into the taste. I haven't had a drink tonight. Let's check out the taste. Cheers, everybody. It's a nice, simple pour. Nothing really complex. Has a really nice mouthfeel, not aggressive, very approachable. Nice honeys and citrus. The finish on this one, I would say, is probably leaning maybe towards the short side of things, but middle of the road is short, definitely leaning towards the shorter side of middle of the road. But, you know, it's 30 to 35 bucks. Decent pour of whiskey. Like Charles said earlier, be a nice mixer. Has anyone else in here had the Yamazaki 18? I'm super excited to try this. I've had this sample for probably 4 months. Richie sent it to me 4 months ago. I've had the 12, and I am super excited to try that. Has anyone else had that? What's up, Jason Coates? Thanks for joining in. Yeah, the Toki it's a nice, simple pour, not aggressive. I don't see how anyone couldn't like it. There's nothing really abrasive or just off-putting about it. It's just a nice, simple pour, and it would definitely be a nice mixer. Definitely a nice mixer. Jason Coates says he has a bottle of the Yamazaki 18, but it's not open yet. I'm looking forward to opening it. I'm looking forward to trying this. I've definitely held on to it for a while. Like I said, me and my wife just had a little one, a little baby girl, Olivia, and she's awesome. She is definitely awesome. When we brought her home, she started sleeping through the night probably after like a week and a half, which is crazy. And she's been doing it ever since. But yeah, we've definitely life's been good, guys. I appreciate everybody for coming in the chat. But the Centauri Toki, I don't see how anyone really could be like, oh, this is just heinous. It's a decent pour. It's nothing extravagant, nothing that's going to blow your mind or anything like that. Just a good, solid, decent pour of Japanese whiskey. Eric, I want to thank you once again, man, for shouting out the channel today. The second pour of the night, get a little drink of water here. This is one that I really like it. I think a lot of people are kind of like, man, it's just it's a non-age stated 12, but I haven't had the 12. I've heard the 12 is really good, but a lot of people they either love this or just diss on it. The Hibiki Japanese Harmony, I really enjoy it. The thing I found out about Japanese whiskey, it is so friendly and pretty and light and approachable. It's definitely something you can just. Some of them are something that doesn't demand a lot of your attention, and some of them I had that really does demand some of your attention. But the Toki and the Hibiki Japanese Harmony, they're just good, nice pours of whiskey. Trying to keep up with the chat and talk at the same time, guys. Hopefully in maybe the spring or something like that, I'll have my set completely done. I've got the shelving for it. I know some of you are like, man, he's just got a wall back there. If you watch my videos, I do have the shelving and stuff, and I just haven't had time to put it up. Like I said, we just have had a new little baby girl, and yeah, it just, time's kind of been, I'm getting stretched thin sometimes. But I appreciate everyone for hopping in. I haven't had Nika from the barrel. I see people in the chat talking about it. I have not tried that. I hear so many great things about Nika from the barrel. I do know that Nika is one of the more available single malts that are actually out there now, Japanese single malts that are out there now. Like your age-stated single malts like the Yamazaki 12 and the Yamazaki 18. You're not going to see them again for a while. And if you do, there's going to be a big price tag on them. I thought about reviewing them and putting up a review, but it's not really, it's kind of like reviewing a store pick. You don't want to review something that no one else is going to be able to review or be able to try, taste, or whatever. And if they do, they're going to pay a ridiculous price for it. So reviewing whiskeys like that, or putting up an actual review of it is just, yeah, I'm enjoying this amazing whiskey. Too bad you can't get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into the Harmony. I know probably a lot of people in the chat have tried the Harmony. What's your guys' thoughts on it? $27 open. Charles Ashworth has 27 bottles open. That's not bad. Yeah. I'm getting ready to do a actual infinity bottle. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on a live stream or actually do like an how-to on an infinity bottle. But I have so many, like, I keep a good stock of just like your regular everyday whiskeys, like your Elijah Craig's, your Old Granddad 114, stuff like that. I probably have like, I don't know, a good 20 plus bottles that are getting ready to run out. That are dangerously low, and I'm not gonna be able to drink all of them. So I'm just gonna make an infinity bottle, put them all in a bottle, and probably share that with a bunch of people in the whiskey community. Harmony is what I plan to pour for myself in a moment. Go ahead and pour yourself some Harmony, Kilco. And Harmony is still out there. It's still out there. It's about $60, $65. The Harmony is a blend of malt and grain and is delicious. It is delicious, Richie. I totally agree with you 100%. It is delicious, and it's a Japanese whiskey that you can get your hands on. The Japanese whiskey scene is especially the age-stated ones. It's hard. It's definitely really, really hard to get your hands on an age-stated Japanese whiskey. I've heard, I don't know, but in like 6 to 8 years, they'll start releasing like the Yamazaki age-stated whiskey again. And a lot of your other ones, I know like the Nika, they had a 17-year, and it's going for an astronomical price too now. I think me and my wife went, I don't know, I went to pick up a Hibiki 12 and they didn't have it. And they were trying to sell me this Nika 17 for like $400, and we ended up passing on that. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into this Harmony. Very, very bright, sweet, vibrant nose on this. A nice honey and chocolate. The Mizunara oak, I know the Japanese Harmony, I have actually done a review on this. It's a blend of like 10 different whiskeys and 10 different casks. It's a nice, it's a very, very nice representation of Japanese blending. Very, very nice. Get a nice chocolate. Honey. And like a citrus zest. Like an orange. Like an orange zest, like an orange peel. It's a beautiful nose. It's very approachable once again. Very, very approachable nose. Nothing that's very hard to get into, by no means at all. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the chat and go over this whiskey at the same time. I've got 2 chats going. This is all new to me. I don't do this very often. It is fun, super fun. I'm so glad to hang out with you guys tonight. This is a beautiful nose on this whiskey. It really, really is. It's nothing that's just going to completely blow your mind, but it is very, very approachable. It's got nice citrus, a little bit of chocolate, honey. In the oak note on the Mizunara, to me, is very subtle on the nose, but on the palate, it's got some spikiness to it, some pepperiness to it on the Mizunara oak. Thanks, Richie. Thanks, Richie. Let's get into taste, guys. Cheers. Got an awesome mouth texture. Nice, creamy, velvety texture to the palate. I am getting a little malty sense that I didn't get on the nose, on the palate. But it's mostly just nice, creamy honeys, chocolate, and a little bit of that Mizunara oak is coming up in the finish. I think like the Mizunara oak is probably the determining factor on whether you're into Japanese whiskey or not. I don't know. That's my opinion. It's definitely different. It is definitely different. It could come off maybe, I don't know. It could come off putting to some people, but I enjoy it. I really, really do. I enjoy it. It's a little spiky and peppery. I really enjoy it. I really, really, really enjoy it. It's just different. It's not like a tannic bitter, but there is a bitterness almost to it also. I really, really enjoy it. Eric, what's your thoughts on the Harmony? Eric Waite probably knows his way around this Japanese whiskey a little bit better than I do. I know I really enjoy it. I haven't really got into studying it and being, I know bourbons and ryes, and I'm getting to really know and understand my scotches a lot better. Japanese whiskey, one, it's kind of hard to get, and two, there's not a whole lot of them out there that is available or readily on the market. And I really enjoy it, and I do need to do a little bit more studying and research on my Japanese whiskey. How much is the Nika from the barrel going for? Hey, what's up, Jason? Man, thanks for joining in, buddy. Let's go in for another sip, guys. Cheers. That just has a great velvety mouthfeel. Scott from My Bourbon Journey, and I'm a firm believer in this also, a mouthfeel on a whiskey can be a make or break deal for me. You got a great oily, creamy, velvety mouthfeel on a whiskey. It just makes it more appealing. And this has got that. Very, very nice mouthfeel. It's coating the mouth very well. The finish on the Hibiki is almost, it's definitely middle of the row, but it's got nice chocolates, citrus, honeys. Maybe I might even get a little bit of a nuttiness on the finish of the harmony on this one. Very nice pour. I like it. And it is a Japanese whiskey that you can get out there. Like Eric Waite said in the chat earlier, you can get it at Costco right now for like $65. And it's been there. You know, I remember I reviewed the whiskey. Eric watched my review and he said, I can get it at Costco for $65. It's been there for a while. Get a little drink of water. Thanks, Richie. Thank you, bud. I can't wait to get into the 18, man. I've never had it. The 12's a decent pour. I really enjoyed the 12. Can't wait to get into the 18. All right, here we go. Finish this pour off. Like I said, I have not had a pour yet today, guys. My drinking has dwindled dramatically since we had the baby. I pretty much, I might have a pour, a nightcap once or twice a week, but my drinking is usually just when I do my reviews and stuff. I appreciate everyone for joining in. Thank you guys so much. Go for another sip, guys. Cheers. The mouthfeel on this is just, it's excellent. From the palate, got a nice vanilla, like a vanilla creme brulee. Mid palate, a little bit of citrus zest. On the finish, you're getting that Mizunara and chocolate. Very, very nice. Then in the Mizunara oak, it's different. It is so different. Unless you've experienced it, it's just so much different than your scotches, which are mainly maturated in sherry and ex-bourbon cask. This Mizunara oak is just so different. It may come off bitter to some, and it does have a little bit of a spikiness to it, but I like it. It's peppery. I really, really, really enjoy the Mizunara oak. And like I said earlier, I think the Japanese whiskey is something that you're either going to be like, yeah, it's okay, or you're really, really, really going to like it, or just not like it at all. A couple of my friends are just like, man, I'm just not into that. That's cool. I get it. But I really enjoy it. Who all in the chat? I'm Jason. Hey, Jason, what's your thoughts on Japanese whiskey? Thanks, Richie. It means a lot, buddy. Like I said, I don't go live much. I'm going to try to do it more this year, especially when I have it set up out in my set. My set is separate from my home, which is cool. Kind of have my own little space. I'm not invading my wife's space in the house and doing stuff like that. But it's kind of cool. But it's took a lot to get to where even where I'm at right now out there with my set and stuff. Like I said, I've got everything to finish my set, get whiskey in the wall and stuff. I just haven't had time to do it. All right, guys. How many of you all have had the Yamazaki 12 year? It's got wax everywhere. The whiskey dude sent me this sample. Super cool guy. Very cool guy. His wife is actually from Japan. He goes to Japan quite often. And he sent me this massive 5-ounce sample. And when he sent it to me, he said, man, I didn't know they didn't make that anymore. I polished off my bottle. So, I mean, I'm almost thinking about sending the rest of this back to him because I don't think he has anymore. But I'll probably enjoy this dram and bottle it up and send it back to him. He sent me all the last of his whiskey, and that was super cool of the guy. Man, he's a super cool guy. If you check out his channel, if you'd like, he's just a super great guy, and he does know his way around whiskey. Just got a different way of reviewing it. You know what I mean? But this is the Yamazaki 12 single malt whiskey. And it is nice. I have a proof on this. Like I said, I was not prepared for this. I have no idea what the proof is on this, guys. Well, that's embarrassing. Well, 3 pours in. Does anyone know what the proof is on the Yamazaki 12? Yeah, no proof. No proof. Man, this one here is definitely got a lot more going on. Thanks, Jason. It's 43%, 86 proof. 86 proof on this one. I'm going to put her down, Charles. Wow. You can just smell the creaminess on this one. It does have more of a malty sense. Yeah, I agree. I agree totally, Richie. He's just a super good guy. The whiskey community is awesome. There's a lot of good channels out there that just don't have the views and the subs that they deserve. They're really putting in a lot of hard work. I'm very fortunate and grateful for all the subs and people that follow the channel. It's been awesome. This year, I'm hoping to do some really cool stuff with the channel. I'm trying to improve and just keep improving the channel. And like I said, there's a lot of people, even like Peter. Peter's been around in the channel for a while. I greatly appreciate everybody and for their support, and Richie and Eric. I really, really, really appreciate everyone's support. The Yamazaki runs for about 120. 120. The Yamazaki 12, Eric? Yeah, trying to get 1,000 is bazonkers. Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I've had a lot going on this last year. There's a few of my close friends. Like I talked to Jason, Scott, Dusty Dan, Richie Z. I talked to most of them on a regular basis, and they knew I had a baby. I did post some pictures on Instagram. I almost canceled this live. My internet was acting so janky I stream everything in my home, like my TVs, everything, and everything was shutting down. And then last minute, about 9 o'clock, Richie Z was like, "Hey man, Eric just pushed your channel on his channel." And I was like, "Oh man, I gotta try to get this up and going." And I thank you for that, Eric. I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, this was kind of a last minute deal, really. I'd planned on doing this tomorrow night when I figured out what was going on with my internet, but thankfully, I hope it's running decently. But anyway, let's get into this Yamazaki 12 year. Oh, it's got a beautiful nose on it. Just a beautiful, beautiful nose, berries and fruits. Looks like a raspberry. Very creamy nose. Very, very creamy. Very approachable. It's not aggressive at all. That oak note on the nose, the Mizunari oak, to me on the nose is very subtle, very well-rounded oak note. And on the palate, it's kind of spiky. It's spiky and peppery on the palate with a little bit of bitterness. Definitely different than Mizunari oak is. I don't keep saying that, but I'm really stressing the difference in the Mizunari oak. Beautiful nose. There's a little bit of citrus. Raspberries and cream. Like a citrus zest, like a lemon peel on this one. A little bit of honey. And there is a malty sense. Not an overwhelming malty sense, but the malt is definitely there. It's not like a monkey shoulder, aggressive, in-your-face malty sense. Just a nice, subtle, very approachable nose. That's something I've noticed about the Japanese whiskeys. They're all very subtle, approachable, almost elegant pours. I really enjoy them. I really, really enjoy the Japanese whiskey. Let's go in for a taste, guys. Cheers. Very nice. Very super viscous, oily whiskey at 86 proof. Definitely coating the mouth well. The finish is definitely middle of the road. It's not a long finish, but definitely finishing off in that nice Mizunari oak characteristic. First sip, I got a little bit of a mid-palate citrus burst and a little bit of a honey on the front of the palate on the first sip. Get a little bit of water real quick. Try to reset the palate a little bit. Yes, Eric, I totally agree. The 12 year is challenging to find. And at 120, definitely challenging to find. I have seen some astronomical prices on these age-stated Japanese whiskeys, just through the roof. Let's go for another sip, guys. Cheers. The vanillas and honeys are really hitting the front of the palate very hard with a citrus zest and a little bit like a creamy raspberry note mid-palate. Finishing off like a chocolatey, not a tannic, but it's that Mizunari oak once again, like a bitter, peppery, chocolatey note on the finish. And this is good. This is somewhat of a complex pour. This isn't the first time I've had the Yamazaki 12. It's ever changing in the glass. It's one of those ones you can just let sit in the glass and it changes up on you. It's definitely got it's the most complex whiskey that we've tried so far tonight, and it definitely has a great mouthfeel, and that lingering note. It's not drying your mouth out or anything like that. It's kind of like a creamy texture. I really enjoy this Yamazaki 12. I wish I had a bottle of it, guys. I do. I wish I had a bottle of this. I know Eric's got a stash of Japanese whiskey. I've seen it, Eric. I've seen it back there on your shelves. Let's go in for another sip, guys. Cheers. Once again, on the front of the palate, honeys, vanillas, mid-palate citrus zest, and a little bit of fruitiness, it's almost like a raspberry, like a sweet fruit. You know, like a raspberry is when you're eating raspberries, they're sweet but yet sour. A raspberry cream is kind of pushing on into the back of the palate, into the finish, with a nice chocolate, a little aggressive oak note on the Mizunara oak. Said I really enjoy the Japanese whiskey. I can't wait. I could be wrong on this. I'm not 100% sure. That's just what I've heard. It's just hearsay. I don't really know. I don't think anybody really knows. But the age-stated, I can't wait till the age-stated Japanese whiskeys really come back into play. Right now, if you're going and actually buying a Yamazaki 12 or Yamazaki 18 or the Nika 17 or even Nika straight from the barrel, that's not an easy whiskey to get. I can't wait till they're back into play, where they're more readily available for everyone to enjoy. Because I really enjoy them. You know, I really. I was on a live stream with Eric, and he asked me. He said, "You're right there in bourbon country. You know, what made you kind of get into Scotch and stuff like that?" Well, you know, I would be being a whiskey enthusiast. I'd kind of be cheating myself, you know, if I didn't really give it a try. And thank God I did, because I really, really enjoy Scotch, and I'm loving Japanese whiskey. I really, really am. I really, really am. And Scotch, I was talking to Richie Z on the phone. I don't know, it's probably been 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was telling him how much I'm just really digging the Scotch right now. Loving the Scotch. That's what I've been drinking in the afternoon is Scotch. Been drinking Scotch. But I'm definitely glad that I had an open mind I think everyone should. Everyone's into whiskey. This is my opinion. You can take it for what it is. I think if you're really into whiskey and you're an enthusiast, and I think if you don't give certain things a try, you're kind of cheating yourself. You know what I mean? You know, if you don't like it, then don't try it again, or don't buy it again, or whatever. But if you don't give yourself the chance to experience it, then you're kind of cheating yourself. This is the one I've been waiting for. I've seen the Yamazaki here since last Christmas. I've seen it a couple times. Yeah, I get it, Charles. And I mean, that's what I was getting at. I mean, the price range of the age-stated Japanese whiskeys is just ridiculous. Peter White said, "Down the expensive road you go." I already know, man. I mean, yeah, I already know. It's definitely an expensive. The Scotch is definitely more expensive, but I'm very grateful and thankful I'm even able to do this. Like I said, no one's paying for my bottles, or I'm not on Patreon. I don't have a Patreon going or anything like that. I'm just very fortunate to be able to share whiskey with people. And that's really the only reason I've got into this. I enjoy the spirit, and I just want to share whiskey with people. That's pretty much it. I may do Patreon sometime down the road or something like that, but who knows, Hey, Christopher David, man, hey, thanks for joining, buddy. Thanks for joining. Bayou Drams, good evening, buddy. Good evening, man. Hey, guys, and I apologize if I have not been keeping up with the chat. I said I don't live stream too much, and I really do apologize if I haven't been keeping up with the chat. Hashtag Mooch Life. Kilco. Hit them with the hashtag Mooch Life. What's everybody drinking tonight? Is anyone else drinking Japanese whiskey? All right, man, that is dark. Pour a little bit more of that in there. Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Bayou Drams. All right. This is the Yamazaki 18. Thanks, Jason. I have not had the Akushi 12. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I have not had it. Japanese whiskey, Nika is probably the easiest one out there to get right now. Nika and like your Centauri Toki and stuff like that. Longrow 18. Man, Longrow is nice. Nice. I tried the Longrow Red. That's been a month ago. Outstanding pour. Outstanding. Loved the Longrow Red. All right, guys. This is the one I've been waiting for. The Yamazaki 18-year. Richard Z, hey, man. Thank you so much, man, for this sample. Wow. Wow. Very, very nice nose. This, you can definitely tell the sherry presence on this whiskey. Very, very, very fruity. And the color difference on this one, guys, is just dramatic. I know the lighting in here is probably not giving that any justice. I'll try to get up here a little bit closer. The color on this one is just super dark compared to the rest of the whiskeys. Wow, super fruity nose. You got dark fruits like plums, raisins, and dates. A little bit of a malty sense. And that Mizunari oak, once again, is coming through on the nose. Very nice nose on this one. I wish I had more. I wish I was able to be more familiar with these whiskeys while I was sharing them with you guys. I usually do my reviews. I'll definitely sit down. I don't really usually go into any of them blind, not knowing anything. And a neck pour really isn't much of anything. I try to let my bottles open up before I do review them. And I wish I was able to be more familiar and to know and understand these whiskeys a little bit better than what I do. Once again, I appreciate everyone in the chat. I've tried the Yamazaki 18 for an exchange student. It was in grams. Too rich for your blood. I'm going to give it a try, Bayou Drams. I'm going to give it a try. Here we go, everybody. Cheers. Wow. A lot going on in this one, guys. This is by far like on a different level, exceeding every other pour. A lot of fruitiness going on, mixed berries, fruits, raisins, dates, citrus zest, mid palate. In the finish on this one's coming in at 86 proof, 43% ABV. Man, it seems like the finish for some reason on this one is lingering. That Mizunara oak, and I'm getting once again, for some reason on Japanese whiskeys, I get chocolates. I get a nice, this is a super dark chocolate, but I'm getting like a chocolate note on this one, guys. We need an Armrut and Cavaline. Peter, wish we could have a Cavaline tonight. I need some Cavaline in my life. I've been looking. Cavaline it's hard to find, man. If you do find it, it's just ridiculously priced. Ridiculously priced. I'm on the bottle killer Yamazaki 18 and I'm pouring it. Pour it out, Richie. Man, and I thank you so much, Richie, for sharing this with me. I know it's a very, very hard bottle to find. If you do find it, the secondary pricing on this bottle is just ridiculous. Charles Ashford, very good cherry, very, very, very good sherry cask whiskey. The dark fruits are definitely coming out. And man, for 86 proof, 43%, man, this whiskey's lingering. I will say this. In the finish, it does dry out a little bit more than, say, your 12-year or any of the other whiskeys we had tonight. It dries out. It's probably due to part it's 18 years old, but it does dry out a little bit in the palate. Definitely a good pour. I'm going to give me a little sip of water here, guys. Check out the chat. Armrut. I don't know much about the Armrut. I don't know much about that. Oh, and Richie, I do have your Stag Batch 12 poured out. I just haven't sent it yet. I have not sent it. I'm sending some to, I've got yours and Scott's from the Scotch Test Dummies ready to go sometime next week. I've been super busy. Lots of wood, yummy. Yes, Charles, hey, if you like the wood characteristic, it is definitely in this one. Indian whiskey? Oh, it's an Indian whiskey. The Armrut is an Indian whiskey. I have not tried that. I'm going to be brutally honest right here. I've not heard of the Armrut. I have not heard of that one. Guys, is the sound okay? Is the picture okay and all that stuff? It's kind of, my internet, like I said earlier, was just super janky, janked out, crazy. And I'm just kind of hoping that the internet connection was okay. Yeah, Jason Coates. Yeah. What's the GTS, Jason? Thanks, Charles. Thanks, bud. Let's go in for another sip of this Yamazaki 18. Cheers, guys. Guys, this is so good. I mean, it is very, very good. Very creamy, like all the dark fruit notes, like your berries and your raisins. Like a little bit of a fig and date in there also. It's definitely a complex pour. They're almost wrapped up in this creaminess. It kind of goes through the mid palate. There might be a hint, just a hint of like a citrus zest, and it falls off into this nice woody, oaky, just a little bit of a peppery note on the finish, but the finish is lingering. Definitely lingering on the 18. It's very, very nice. It is drying out a little bit, but man, that is just a super, super outstanding pour. My 7-year-old has me saying super all the time. I probably say it too much, but she has me saying super all the time. But yeah, this is a great pour, and the flavors are just hanging around, and it's just not that oakiness that the Mizunara oak to me. It said it probably 14 times during this stream. It does come off a little bitter and peppery, but it kind of lingers and hangs around. And I think this is one of those drams that you can just sit down with, spend some time with, and enjoy an afternoon and just be totally okay. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to pour a little bit more of this one in here. I really like this one, guys. I swear my wife is going to make me quit watching streams. The more I watch, the more I want to buy. Yeah, Bayou Drams. I totally get it. I totally get it. My wife is super cool. She is super, super cool to put up with a lot of the crap she puts up with for me. She's definitely an amazing wife. She really, really is. Amazing mother also. Great. I'm super lucky. Super lucky. Sometimes you're going, I don't know what she sees in me, but I'm glad she does. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the women in our lives make us stronger. But yeah. All right. Man, this nose is rich. Man, this is super rich, Richie. I know Richie was telling me, he was like, man, this is the one that made me just fall in love with whiskey. This is his pour. And man, for you to share this with me, Richie, I greatly appreciate it. It is not a sherry bomb by no means. It's very well balanced, rounded, age-stated whiskey. It is just a great pour. Would I pay $150 for this? Absolutely. I would pay $150 for this. Now, I don't know what the actual MSRP is on this whiskey, but I know the secondary is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Does anyone in the chat know what the actual MSRP is on this one? There you go, Bayou Drams. I just figured out, guys, that I could do that. That is definitely, yeah. Yeah, the women in our lives make us stronger. They do, man. I mean, I think that saying is so true. Behind every good man is definitely a great woman, and I'm just a lucky man. I really, really am. Lucky man. Got a beautiful wife that loves me and is a great mother. Cheers to her. You know what I'm saying? Cheers. Yeah, Jason Coates, exactly right. And it's going to be, like I said earlier, I don't know how true this is, 6 to 8 years before you see him anymore. You know, such a privilege to even be able to share this pour with you guys. Richie Z, thank you once again, my guy, for sending this. This is an outstanding pour. I think, yeah, exactly. So MSRP is good luck. Good luck. Yeah. Yeah, it is, man. There is no MSRP. I should have rephrased that. what did this go for when it was available? You know, it's a, and what's crazy, you know, this is an age stated Japanese whiskey from a different country. And you have Weller Foolproofs going out there for $700. What is up with that, man? I mean, wow. Weller Foolproof, $700. I'll pass. I will pass. Yeah. They're. I know they're wanting some astronomical prices, Richie. Just ridiculous prices on these bottles. Even the 12, and I've seen, no kidding, like even on the Hibiki Japanese Harmony, just some ridiculous pricing on the Harmony. Which Eric Waite was saying, "Hey man, this stuff is, Weller Foolproof." Eric Waite said that even the Harmony, I've seen ridiculous secondary pricing, just stupid. It's the secondary market. I think there's good ones out there. I do. I think there's good secondary groups, but in the most part, the secondary market is just feeding into like the Michter's barrel strength rye or barrel strength bourbon. That stuff was coming out. I live about 20 minutes from Louisville, Kentucky. I can go to the Michter's distillery, Fort Nelson distillery, and be there in 20 minutes. $80 a bottle. That went from $80 a bottle to $180 a bottle in a distillery. They're saying, hey man, the secondary market's selling it for this. Why can't we? And people are still buying it. You know, and don't get me wrong, it is an outstanding whiskey. Outstanding. But $180, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's non-age stated. Yeah, $180. I like what Michter's is doing, but damn. Eric, buddy, I want to thank you again, man, for shouting the channel out. Eric is a super cool guy. Definitely a privilege. If you guys, I'm sure everyone in the chat knows Eric Waite. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, give him a subscribe. He is putting out some amazing content. Like I said earlier with the baby, I have not been able to keep up with a lot of my friends, like Scott and Jason. I watch most of the other channels' reviews. I don't. My time is so limited now, very limited, and I should comment more than what I do, but it's usually on the whim. I'm watching. Yes, this is great stuff. Eric Waite is putting out some great content, some very good content. If you're on a chat and you have not subscribed to his channel, give him a sub. You will not be disappointed. Super cool guy too. Super cool. Charles Answorth says, Eric is great. Just make sure he keeps his pants on. You got to keep them pants on, Eric. You got to keep the pants on. Man, I am really enjoying this. I wish everyone had the Yamazaki 18 in their glass right now. That's what's crazy about it. That's why I said earlier, I thought about reviewing this, but it's a discontinued whiskey. You're not getting it. It's kind of like reviewing a store pick and saying, hey, this is a store pick from Capital City Liquor. Hope you can get one. It's outstanding. Cheers. You know, it's something that's just not really, it's fun for me, but for the viewer, you're kind of like, man, it sucks. I can't ever get that, you know. Jason Coates, no. No pants in the bubble bath stream. You're welcome, Eric. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for being the good friend you've been to. Eric Waite's a super guy. Super great guy. I'm going to go in for another sip of this one, guys. Cheers. Outstanding whiskey. Man, it is great. I will say that I think I've said it before. It is drying out. It is drying out a little bit, but man, the richness is a very rich, oily whiskey. And 86 proof, it's not drinking like an 86 proof whiskey. It's very viscous, oily, mouth coating. Eric Wade said pants are for the sober people. Yeah, they definitely are for the sober people. They definitely are. Super cool guy, man. I'm so glad that I've met some really cool people, some outstanding, amazing people since I've started doing this in the whiskey community. Some outstanding people. It's been a blessing to me. It really, 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 really has. Nothing but good things to come this next year. The channel is growing. It's definitely growing. And I do appreciate everyone's support. The likes and the subscribes and all that good stuff and watch time minutes. But there's more too. And Eric Waite will tell you this himself. There's more to it than shooting a whiskey review. You can have an outstanding, an amazing whiskey review and it not get any views if you're not doing everything properly to YouTube's terms and conditions. It's about getting to knowing and understanding YouTube. There's a lot to it, but I'm happy to do it. I really enjoy doing this. It's kind of like a hobby too. It's a hobby. It's what it is. It's a hobby. I'm sharing whiskey. It's a good thing. Richie Z, I can't say that I do not agree. The Yamazaki 18 is an amazing whiskey. Thanks, Richie. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate. Man, Richie's been. He's not only. He's just been. Me and Richie's actually become pretty good friends, man. I mean, I know we live hundreds of miles apart. He lives in California, and I live in Indiana. But man, he's just been a really super cool guy and a super cool friend, and I'm glad to have him in my life. Super cool guy. Super cool guy. Thank you, Bayou Drams. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's kind of hard getting found on YouTube. There is a lot of people out there doing whiskey reviews, and I try my best. Like I said earlier, really trying to improve the content and just the channel in general. You wouldn't think that like the atmosphere and all that stuff matters, but in the grand scheme of things, it really, really does. It does matter. I'm steadily trying to improve. I know, I've said this before. The walls behind my set now, where I shoot my reviews, there will be whiskeys full of whiskeys here soon. I've got the shelving and everything made. I just haven't had time to put it up. I really honestly have not. My time is minimal, very much minimal. But what is everyone else drinking right now? All right. Gonna go through the chat real quick. This is definitely different. I'm trying to keep up with two chats at once. And all right, we'll hide that. Scotch. Charles Ashworth says Scotch. What are you drinking, Charles? Yeah. And the rabbit in red is definitely putting out some very good content. He has. I just honestly found his channel probably 2 weeks ago, putting out some amazing content. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go. I'm actually Richie. I'm doing the bottle kill on the sample. It's happening. Bottle kill on the Yamazaki 18. Yamazaki 18. You have served me well. You have served me well. Single barrel. Charles. Eldorado single barrel. I have not. Is that a Texas whiskey? Still working on Long Row 18. Long Row is outstanding. Black Bush for me. It's a nice Irish whiskey. Eric, wait, I may be holding it with vodka. Yeah, it's going down, guys. Right here. This is the last of the Yamazaki 18. Going in for a couple more sips. I appreciate, yeah, God no is correct. I appreciate everyone joining. I really, really, really enjoy sharing whiskey with you guys. And I appreciate everyone's support. I really do. I enjoy the comments, everyone's support. I'm going to try to start live streaming a lot more this coming year. So it's definitely going to be, we got a lot to look forward to this year. Let's go for another sip of this Yamazaki 18. Cheers, guys. Wow. Just an amazing whiskey. It really, really is. It is just an amazing pour. Berries, a little bit of honey, a little bit of your dark fruits like your raisins and dates, citrus zest mid palate. Pick up a little bit of raspberry, like a raspberry cream. Like a raspberry cream and like that Mizunara oak. Say it one more time. It is different. It is definitely different. It's got a little pepperiness, but it's not an abrasive pepperiness. It's kind of soft, subtle, with a little bit of a spikiness from the pepper, and it does leave you a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth. It is drying out a little bit, but this is one of those pours you can just hang out with. It's got a beautiful nose. Peter, you're exactly right on that one. You are exactly right. Richie does have an extensive collection of whiskey. He has an extensive collection of whiskey. He sent me some amazing pours. That Glen Grant, I think it was a 21 or 20, 21 year, 22, maybe a 22-year Glen Grant. Alexander Murray edition Richie sent me was outstanding pour of whiskey. It was amazing. Very, very nice, deep, rich, fruity notes. He sent that to me to celebrate the birth of my daughter. He sent me the Ardbeg Dark Cove also. Wow. You want to talk about, I did dip into that one. I still have a half a sample left. Did not want to get rid of that one. That's one that I'll definitely be trying to get my hands on, is the Ardbeg Dark Cove. But we're going for one more sip, guys, and we're trying to wrap this one up. Cheers, Richie Z. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. Nice. Very, very nice. Man, the mid palate on the second sip that I just took, more citrus burst. Still getting the berries and cream, a little bit of chocolate. And it has some dark fruits in there also. The finish on this, it's for 86 proof, very nice finish. That oak note's just hanging around, a little bit of spiciness to it. Very nice, well-rounded edges. Trev Wilson in the house. What's up, Trev? Very nice pour. Outstanding pour. Really, really enjoyed that. Thank you once again, Richie, for the sample. Outstanding sample. Thank you, Richie. Thank you. I don't know what that is, Eric. I have no idea what that is. But sayonara, my friend. A sayonara, Eric Waite. Thank you so much, brother, for hanging out. Thank you for the shout out too, buddy. I really, really enjoy it. We're going to wrap this one up, guys. Thank everyone for the support and hanging out and watching. It's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys on this Saturday afternoon. We're going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.